Coming soon, RPG Blender Live. Follow our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/RPGblender to join the adventure. Hello and welcome to the RPG Blender, where we give lesser played games and forgotten settings the roll of the dice they deserve. I'm your host, Game Master George, thrilled to welcome you to the next step in our adventure. Aberyonn has found one of his lost companions, but who else in this place might be seeking travelers from worlds beyond? Find out as we venture into the converging worlds of Dungeons & Dragons in Rejects and Dragons, Those Who See. One thing does stand out. The voice of a dwarf hawking wares that seem a bit higher quality than what you see around you.
You think that I am trying to cheat you with this? This is quality good that I have here.
Aberyonn, as your sight is drawn to the familiar voice, you see Calvin there, selling his wares.
Oh my god.
Forgot I made him Russian.
Oh, wow. Wow. I am... Aberyonn is so taken aback. He rushes forward into the room, into vision of Calvin, and he calls out his name. Calvin!
And you see him as he turns toward you. He looks older than when you last saw him. Older by at least a couple of years as he turns to see you. His eyes grow wide with shock. His mouth hangs open.
Aberyonn, what? Is that you?
I did not think I would ever see you again. This is a most marvelous day. You are the Tinker. I should have known it was you.
As you say that, he looks very shiftily around.
Like, quiet. Come with me. We'll talk.
And he leads you away back down the street toward one of the houses about halfway down the street.
You say you mean all of us?
No, I mean the one he knows, the person who came running up to him, saying his name and talking to him. As far as I'm aware, I believe Aberyonn left you in the dust when he saw Calvin.
I did. I just ran.
We would have been running behind.
Oh yeah, that's fair, but it doesn't seem like either of them acknowledged your presence.
All right, well, we're still
Sorry.
fine.
This is particularly confusing. Let's see if we can keep up.
Calvin, as you walk with him, are they
What happened
friends
to
of
you?
yours following us?
Yes, they are friends. They are people I met when I arrived on the other side. The last thing I remember with you was we were approaching a tower, and then everything went white.
We'll talk when we get inside. These friends, they can be trusted.
Yes, I trust them with my life.
He leads you into the house. He holds it open, lets Aberyonn walk in, and as the two of you approach, he gives you very solid glares.
Hello.
I'm warning you. I'm watching.
So are we.
I just smiled.
Tinker,
He glares more, harder, like stone.
can we come in?
Now, Calvin, you do not have to mind them. They are capable.
Yes, Calvin, we've helped Aberyonn stay alive. You're welcome.
And vice versa.
I think it has gone both ways, yes. Thank you, Levi.
Yes, I believe one of those sides more than the other. But come in.
You flatter me, my friend.
He turns and looks at you. Yes, that is clearly the side that I'm on. And he gives you a little smile.
Ah, zing! And I walk in.
I do not miss your charming wit.
I thought as I walk past Tinker, like I do, like laugh at what he said, and I'm like, oh, I thought it was just a Aberyonn. Apparently, humor does exist.
And you make your way inside of the Tinker's house. Once you pass the outside, the inside is much nicer. It still isn't a nicely made building, but everything within it is much nicer, of much higher quality, clearly made with a craftsman's hand.
You made all of this yourself.
I had no choice. Won't sell me things, so I had to make do with what I could find. And then I
Always quite
sold
good
what
at
I
that.
could.
It is
Yes.
quite amazing what you've done with the place.
Please sit.
Thank
Gestures toward a couple seats in the sitting room.
Aberyonn takes a seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Right. Now, what brings you here? How did you get here? Where have you been these years?
My friend, it has only been a couple of days, if that.
That moment we spoke of, that moment you mentioned, that was 4 years ago.
Magic. I do not understand what exactly has happened, but there seems to be a collision of worlds. We arrived at the Nexus, the center of it all. It was a temple on this one's world, a tower of learning, where a bunch of mages came together to create portals between the worlds. It seems that we are all caught up in their mistake or something, but after clearing out the monsters that had inhabited the place, we activated the portal and found our way here. It is most fortunate that I found you. Is Horus here as well?
I do not know. I have not seen her.
No matter. It is good to see you. And this gives me hope that perhaps I will find her on one of these other locations. It seems as if we were all scattered around, but also grouped as if for a purpose.
Purpose. I don't know what purpose brought me here. I've had to
Well,
claw
you are in my
right back
path.
up.
You are in my path for some reason. So we have to figure out what it is. That is all.
Your path for some reason. Maybe you were brought here to help me.
This is very true. We have a hub of sorts, a home base that we can teleport to. We could use some of your skills there.
I'm sure you could. Used me all those years. But I have made my life here. Why should I leave this?
Pardon me, and Damon will just raise his gauntleted finger up into the air. Just an idea, but you don't have to leave your life here. But you can live somewhere much safer and he looks around, maybe a little more comfortable than this.
You have to scrounge for scraps and make your creations out of the garbage. I know it is
any
what you
different
used
from
to.
what I did home.
That is my point. This is the same. You wanted an upgrade. You always wanted to move up. This is your chance. We have a base of operations, and it is in the center ring of the city. If you come with us, you will have access to the full market districts. You will have access to all of the goods there, and goods from other worlds as well. Magical items and trinkets and curios that we can bring to you.
You in a city, Aberyonn. That's strange in itself. And these new friends you bring, what skills do they have?
They are
You talk of
magicians.
magic. You talk of magic. What happened to your fire and hatred for the Sorcerer Kings, for the magic?
Oh,
Will
it's
you
still
travel with them?
Travel with people I have to get back what I lost. I have found one part of it here. One part remains. Please, my friend. Magic is only a means to our end in this situation. We need to use it to our own good. I don't trust it because it is capable of great evil, but this one here, he makes a fair point. If people on our side are capable of wielding magic, we should use it while we can.
Damon looks genuinely surprised at the statement made.
Yeah, I do too. I'm also writing my notebook the whole time.
The sentiment is understood. But I need assurance that you're still who you were, that you are not some other figment brought in by whatever is causing this. Whatever has changed the world. I need
Whatever
you to
test
do
you demand of
something for
me, I will do it. You know I'm more than capable.
He reaches beneath his shirt and he pulls out an amulet. It looks very similar to the one that you have around your neck. It is a copper disc with what sounds like gears running inside of it, but instead of a red stone, there's a green stone inlaid in it.
Ooh.
When I first arrived here, I went into the witch's tower. They took this. At first it was a charm for me, luck, good luck. Of late I have felt a presence within it, something that needs to go back, but I cannot bring myself to return. Bring this back for me, return it.
Where did you find it in the tower?
I found it up in her cauldron room.
Get there. Did you climb? Did you use a contraption to scale the tower, or did you go through the lower floors?
She has not been seen since the event. Her home lies deserted.
Well, I-
Question. Sorry to interrupt. Karen, you didn't by any chance see anybody else there? Like, maybe a small little crafty halfling hiding?
No, I did not.
He was in the tower during the event. It is possible that he was transported, just the same as my friends were, and just the same as we were.
And the witch, seemingly.
Maybe.
I believe you are right. But if you are correct, and the witch has not been seen because she has been transported to the tower, then we can go there and replace this. Very well. I will do this for you.
He hands you the amulet.
Does anything happen when I grab it?
No.
Whew, okay. I was worried the amulets were like fused together and form like Ultron, and then we're not going to get sued for that, are we?
You were worried about that?
That implies somebody listens to this.
I'll call off my squads now that I know who was found. I do not need your materials.
The thought of you trying to rob me, my friend. That takes me back.
He gives a small, wistful smile, but the mirth isn't quite there.
Oh.
Why are you looking for people?
I'm looking for people for the things they bring from their world. I study what they bring, so I unlock the secrets of their world, and I'm able to use it to make my devices improve my standing here.
What sort of discoveries have you made?
You want that? It will cost you. Talk more when you complete your job.
I see you haven't changed a bit. Very well. We shall be done with this very quickly, and we shall return to you. Damon, you know the way to this witch's tower.
Indeed I do.
Lead the way.
Okay, very well. Let's go. And we head out.
You head out, and you make your way where?
I'm hoping that there's enough time that we could do this before trying to pick up. Well, actually, no. The witch's spot is on the way to the storehouse, right?
The storehouse is further north, so it is north of the center street, whereas the witches is to the south. It's not far off the path. If you follow the main path, take that first right, and then the first left, that will lead you to it.
Okay.
So it is not far off the path. However, it is not directly en route.
Okay, so then while we're walking, I'll usher for Aberyonn and Levi to get closer so we can talk in a little more confidence while making progress.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps we see if Godril is waiting for us, and if so, let him know we just need to deal with something, and then we will probably be bringing him and maybe more back to the tower. Make sense?
A good idea.
That is excellent.
Okay. Let's see if he pops out. Otherwise, we'll just go right to the witch's tower, get this taken care of.
At that point, Godril pops out.
Nah!
Hello.
Whoa!
Are we going now?
Change plans. We have
As you
something
say change
to take
of plans, his face darkens slightly.
No.
knew it.
Relax. You're still coming. It's just we have to deal with something first. We've met with your boss, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Quite the interesting man he is.
Yeah,
Yes.
Well, that's fine, but where does that leave me? You need help on this job?
No. For the time being, you need to stay safe. This is probably going to be far more dangerous than the likes of which you are needed for. Continue doing your job. Work for the Tinkerer. We will still meet you around here. We just need to go to one of the towers here.
Whatever. All right, fine. And then he walks away, shoulders slumped, head down.
Hey, come here, Godril.
He does not.
Godril, I've got something for you.
His ears perk up, and he turns to look over his shoulder, but he does not approach.
I wave him over. I go, come on.
He kicks the ground and slowly walks toward you.
No, I just like, God, this is sad.
Damon will kneel down and he will pull off from his middle finger a notable looking ring, and he'll hold it out in front of him.
This is the ring of the Element Breaker. It is very important where I come from.
And he'll hold his hand out for him to give him his hand.
Does so.
And he puts his ring into his hand and he closes it.
That is proof that we are coming back. I will not let that leave my sight unless it is very important. You understand, Godril?
He nods vigorously as the life begins to return to him.
So what that also means is now you have a very important task. You cannot lose that ring, or I, the Ailment Breaker, will be quite bothered.
No, sir, I won't lose it. I won't.
Prove to me you are worth what we are offering to you. Stay safe, and when we come back, you reveal yourself and bring me back my ring. Understood?
Yes, sir.
All right. Up to it.
He hops to it. He runs away with new vigor, clutching his hand shut. He'll probably not open that hand until you return.
Aw, this is so cute. Sorry. It's very cute.
All right, come on. We're wasting daylight.
All right. You make your way
Damon.
back into Central City.
We don't have any trouble with the border guards?
Nope.
Nice.
I assume you steer toward the one that you bribed earlier?
I didn't bribe him. I tipped him. Bribing,
Right.
He did his job.
Yep. Presumably you go toward him.
Of course.
He remembers you. He's like, yeah, I remember you. Come on back in.
Kenneth.
What's his name?
That's not my name, but okay.
Just naming guards now.
It's
Engineer.
pretty proper to ask for names, but you know what? We'll forget about it. He seemed happy.
And you make your way back into the city.
All right. I believe I know the gist of the path to the Witch's Tower. I did not go there. One of my associates I actually sent there to find more information. But I think I can get us there.
Excellent.
You make your way toward the Witch's Tower. Yes? Anything else you wanted to do along the way?
No, we're going. We're beelining for this.
Okay. You make your way to the gate. Behind it, you can see her tower rising dark on the horizon. You can see that the gate is closed and the door is barred with what looks like some hastily attached wood.
Looks like they have sealed this place up, with the witch being absent. However,
And he'll turn to his two buddies and say,
just because she's been gone doesn't mean she's not trying to return. So, we should try and be quick and advantageous in this, because she may arrive at any point. If we made it here, she can too.
Very well. Let us be hasty. And Aberyonn kicks down the wood that's in the door.
Okay, athletics.
All right. Let's not break our pinky toe and lose our leg. No double nat 1. Come on, come on, come on. No double nat 1. All right, that was a 3, so pretty close, but that's a total of a 4. So
You kick the wood, and despite its hastily assembled nature, it rebuffs your assault.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, nature. I did not mean that.
Oh, wait. We also need to try and not alarm anybody as well. So maybe a little more purposeful, shall we? Try and really, do this with purpose rather than just kicking aimlessly.
and I'll cast guidance on Aberyonn.
And I will attempt to kick the door down again, but this time with more finesse.
Maybe pull it off, don't kick.
I will cleave it then with my weapon. Is that,
Shoulders better.
yeah. I'm just gonna use my spear and I'm just gonna cleave through it. That makes more sense, right? Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. And
Plus a D4.
Oh, was I supposed to make an attack roll? My bad.
Oh.
I
No,
just
plus
didn't
a
have
D4
to-
because of
Is a
guidance.
skill check.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
Athletics.
so you add a D4 to that roll.
Oh, sorry. You said D4 and my brain went to weapon for some reason. So that is a 20, a dirty 20 with the guidance of Damon.
You take the butt of your spear and smash it, because that is clearly the most effective part of your spear. You smash it into the wood, it shatters, and the doors swing open.
There we go, much better. All right, let's make quick work of this place. Do we even know where we're leaving this thing? He said he's got to return it.
He said he found it in the top floor.
Cauldron room, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's move.
All right. We make our way into the foyer. Aberyonn will
Make your way
take the
into
lead
the
at this
tower.
point.
The
and he
tower
will-
seems deserted. You see the stairwell leading up.
Are there any objects still in this room?
In this room? Yes. It looks like this has not been looted at all.
Oh, that's a bad sign. I actually say that out loud.
Well, he said he felt very bad about taking it. It is possible there is some sort of magical curse on this item, and that is why we must return it. Perhaps all the other thieves and would-be vagabonds had to return their items as well.
Well, possible. In my where I come from, there's a proverb about a man of great power who leaves his coin purse in the middle of the road during a very busy day, and no one dares steal it. My concern is that's what's happening here, and also that the tower and the witch has magics to defend this place.
We are not taking anything, we are returning something, so we have nothing to fear.
I mean,
That's
there's something of to point there that as long as we're not interacting with things here, we may be safer. But I think that yes, we are invading, so we should be on the defensive.
I nod.
Very well. I will scout ahead then. I can take a look and report back if it is safe to proceed.
And try and keep quiet. We'll stay here at the stairs.
Aberyonn slips away, Batman style, without responding.
How far are you going?
I'm gonna stay within 15 feet of Damon and Levi.
You
But
begin
I'm
making
gonna-
your way up the stairs. You do not notice anything.
I'm gonna stealthily make my way back to them and say, "It is just a flight of stairs. Come on."
Very well.
Give me an active perception roll, just that I can keep that on file.
All right, perception. I'm proficient at this. Please give me something good. Hey, it's a 16 plus 2. That's an 18.
Do you want from
Okay.
us as well, or?
No, because he is actively in
yeah.
front, so his is going to kick in before any of yours would anyway.
Okay, got it.
Okay.
I'm also being stealthy. Do you need an active stealth roll?
No.
Okay.
If it becomes contested, then I will need you to do it. But otherwise, I'm
Gotcha.
just using your passive stealth, which I did not know is actually an official variant in 5th edition. That you taking 10 is passive stuff. Yeah,
Huh.
did not know that. when I made
Okay.
that house rule. So, hey, there we go.
Cool.
Anyway, moving on. You begin climbing the stairs. The result is the same on every floor you pass. No cauldron and no activity. There is no dust and nothing missing, but no signs of life or anything.
Question: are all these floors, do they look the same? Are these like identical floors?
Almost identical. Almost completely identical.
Oh no, it's a fucking loop. Okay, all right. Aberyonn's going to turn around and comment to Damon and Levi. It feels like I am going in circles. All of these rooms look the same to me.
Curious. All right. What happens if we go back down?
You go back down, and it seems like you are passing the same rooms again.
No.
Is
How
there
far
a door
down
to
do you go?
exit? Is there a door to exit in all of them? So every room that we go through is ground level, and there's a door to exit.
Oh, no, not a not a ground level door. No.
Okay, sorry. That's what I was trying to. Okay, so like the door.
Nope.
Okay, can we keep going until we
There-
down until we get to the door that was cut open?
You do so, and you reach the bottom.
Okay, so we were making progress upwards. Okay, sorry.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, I guess
Also
we
accepted
go.
trying to find a window, but yep.
Yeah, Aberyonn turns around to ask Damon and Levi what they plan to do because
Let's
he's scared. Magic.
try and get to the top, and if we feel like we're not getting anywhere, then there are a few tests that we can perform.
Very well. And Aberyonn will go back in front and stealthily lead the way back up as many flights of stairs as he can.
Okay. You keep going up the stairs. Again, you're noticing that it's pretty much the same layout, same room that you're going through every time. But as you're being more noticeful, you see small differences that seem to signify that it's probably not the exact same room, just duplicated over and over again. It's just she really liked the layout of this level.
Okay, phew. Whew. Okay. All right. She's got a good, weird fashion sense. She shops at IKEA. Okay.
Or she just didn't care enough about any of these rooms. Until eventually you reach the room she did care about. The cauldron room. In the center you see the large cauldron. Underneath it, coals. Still slightly hot. You see lining the walls, shelves full of ingredients, books. The ingredients you don't wish to think about in the books even less so. But what you do notice that grabs your attention immediately and which you do desire to pay attention to is the toad. Make me an active stealth roll now.
Okay. I get this with advantage because of my booties, right?
I guess. I don't know.
Boots of Elven Kinds. Advantage on dex stealth checks that rely on moving silently. Yeah. Unless it's
This is vision.
vision. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's not listening to me. Okay. All right. So not advantage on that stealth check, but I still have proficiency. So we're gonna roll with +6, and that is it's a 7. Okay, so that's 13. 13. It's not bad.
Okay.
Use
The
the
toad-
notes.
The toad does not seem to acknowledge your presence, but you can see it actively scanning the room.
Aberyonn kind of halts and like hand motions to Damon and Levi, who are 15 feet behind him. And then he, does the thing where you put the two fingers and you point at your eyes, and then he like points in the direction of where the frog is, and he kind of like hugs the wall, so as to, have like 3/4 cover and remain hidden from sight, and to indicate that there is something that is looking.
Okay. Take a look.
And I'll just do like a sort of cartoon, like peeks his head out of the side of the
Yeah.
of the doorway, just to like have his eyes poke
Okay.
out and look.
You can give me a stealth with advantage.
Can Levi do the head underneath, and then Ivy do the head as well, so we get the whole Scooby-Doo thing going on?
Yes. If you do that, yes, I will give disadvantage to the toad.
Ooh.
Levi, you got to do it. You got to do it.
I have to now.
Okay. Wow,
Well,
that was a lot closer than it should have been. Oh, no.
Yeah. Rolled a 10 for an 11 to my stealth with advantage.
No.
Oh,
no.
lordy.
Oh God.
Oh.
Drop the one.
Oh, lordy. No. I gave you advantage and it disadvantage, and you still failed.
My God.
What happened?
Ain't we stinkers?
Oh,
So,
God.
the Damon, Ivy and Levi pop their heads around, and the toad begins to croak.
Aw.
Are we
Can
rolling for
I-
initiative?
No.
Can I roll an Arcana check to see if I can deduce what's going on with this thing?
Sure.
No, I can't because I rolled a 2 for an 8.
I'm gonna roll it too. Ugh. That's a cute frog.
That is a cute frog. Unfortunately, familiars don't exist in your world in this
Yeah,
way.
I figured I
you
wouldn't have-
Yeah.
Gotten it, so I that's why I went aw, which is the extent of my reaction.
Yep. It is a cute frog, which is currently ribbiting. So each of you can have one action.
Oh boy, Aberyonn. If we're gonna roll initiative or for
No.
order of
You
actions,
get one
or-
action right now before something happens.
Oh god. Can I take the hide action to hide so it doesn't see me anymore? Because I feel like
Well, you're
if it's
already
like-
hidden. You're already hidden.
Oh, okay. Oh, I am already. Okay.
I assume because of my poor insight that Aberyonn just hasn't seen a frog before. Because not for nothing, but I mean, I can think of at least 6 times that you've been like super jumpy over like nothing.
That is actually... Wait, toads are amphibious, aren't they?
They are. Yeah.
So you would never have seen a toad. This is a weird, freakish little leathery thing with big eyes. It's
magic.
Let's say it's doing the bullfrog thing where its like neck is expanding now as it's riveting. And
Oh yeah, I am horrified and I have no idea what this is, but magic. So it's explaining everything that's happening in my life for the past 24 hours.
So knowing this about him and feeling like this is just a goddamn frog, like I just come out and I'm like, I'm like, Aberyonn, it's a toad. Hey, little guy, how you doing? And I'm just gonna walk on toward him.
okay, so that is Levi's action.
Damon will definitely say as panically as he can.
We're in the witch's tower, and that thing's making noises. Aberyonn, just put the thing wherever it needs to go, and let's go.
Okay.
And Aberyonn.
So Aberyonn will bolt from cover. Oh god, do like a roll, like a stealth roll. So like hopefully like he's low enough to the ground, like behind the cauldron and like any of like bookshelves, so like the toad can't see him, and like get to the cauldron and just dunk the fucking amulet in there, and then with whatever remaining movement he has, try and get back to the staircase as fast as
What is your move speed?
elvenly possible. 30.
Your move speed is 30. With that,
And stealth.
so you're taking a dash action in order to do everything.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you reach,
yeah.
You
and
reach
I'm no
the
longer in
cauldron.
stealth. I'm just fucking running. I'm just like, I'm not dealing with this.
So you reach the cauldron. So Damon, are you doing anything aside from standing outside of the room saying, probably don't do that?
At that point, I guess I'm going to ready an action to cast a spell if I see things turn for the worse.
Ready in action to cast Dispel.
No, cast a spell, not dispel.
Oh, cast a spell.
I dispel. I was like, oh, look at you playing.
No,
Yeah, this spell. I'm gonna cast this spell.
no, I don't even have
Oh,
dispel.
yeah, I gotta
That's
cast
a-
this spell at you, and then I'm gonna cast that spell at you, and then...
Right, exactly. See, I'm gonna cast a spell. No, but
I turned
I'm
Canadian
readying an
there,
action
but anyway.
to cast a spell in response
Okay.
to what this is. I'll probably spiritual weapon.
You drop the amulet in. You begin charging back toward the door, and as you do, Levi, you see smoke begin to rise from the cauldron, and the door swings shut.
Am I on the outside or the inside?
That's a great
You are
question.
on the outside.
Real bad.
The outside, always looking in.
Uh-oh.
Aberyonn, you reach the door, which is now shut.
I tried to open it. Is it locked? I know it is, but I'm gonna ask anyways.
You turn the doorknob. The door knob turns. It is not locked. However, as it turns, it does not seem to catch the latch, and in fact, you can turn it as much as you want in that direction without it catching and opening.
Do I see the bolt in the door, or the latch, or whatever?
No,
is
you
whatever
normally
mechanism-
feel like you turn it and then you feel it catch and open. Nothing is happening. It's
But
almost like
like
you're
I can
spinning.
see. Can I use my elven perception, my elf eyes, to look at the crack in between the door to see if the latch
Sure.
is still there?
Sure.
Is it? Oh, okay. I have to roll for that.
Yes,
Okay,
it is.
all right.
No, it's still there.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm gonna just grab. I think I have a dagger, so I don't have to use my spear. Because I
Okay.
can just sort of whip this out, and I'm just gonna slide the dagger in between the door crack to flip the latch up.
Okay.
Just kidding.
Try.
I don't think I have a dagger. I don't have a dagger.
Okay.
I'll just use my spear. I'm using my spear.
Right, because you wouldn't have. Okay. You can try.
For some reason, I thought no, that was someone showed me a dagger, and I was like, "That's mine now." But it wasn't. It was not.
I think I
did.
tried to
give
give
me-
you my stuff, and you chose not to take it.
Yeah.
You can give me a straight. You can give me a dexterity with disadvantage on that.
Yeah,
That's not going to
something-
be easy.
Damon is going to also be trying to open the door from his
Does
side.
he see my spear come through the crack on his side?
No. And Damon, when you try to
Oh,
open
no.
the door, you feel it turning.
Oh no.
You feel it catch, and you can open the door, Damon.
Okay. Oh, please tell me this isn't a trap, and I'll open the door.
Okay. You open the door. Aberyonn, what did you get?
I was trying to figure out how to roll this. Sorry. Oh, here it is. Just dex with disadvantage. That's an 11 and a 16, so that's not bad. That's a 15 total. 15 total.
You pop it open just as Damon is opening the door at you, and then you hear a voice from behind you. Now, no need to flee. Isn't it time we had a better conversation?
I
You
recognize
can all
this voice.
see. Yes, you recognize this voice as the witch from
man.
the tower.
Oh
And
man.
you can see, if you turn and look, floating above the cauldron, an image of the witch suspended in the smoke.
Oh crap.
Hi, man.
Hello.
Hello. I am so glad that you returned that amulet. Very nice of
Yes, just doing our neighborly duty.
It is not right to steal, and my friend wanted to make reparations.
Well,
We
I'm
shall be
glad
going now.
You do not wish to speak?
I want to speak.
We can
no,
speak.
we can speak. We just want to make sure no hard feelings for us, coming into your tower. We didn't know it was yours.
Deception?
I mean, I didn't, right? Because I didn't identify that the witch.
I mean, you knew it was the witches, and at this point, you
Well, I knew it was the witches, but I didn't know it
Okay.
was this witch.
All right,
Which turned out to
fair
be the
enough.
witch that was in Verathul.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
I know it's silly because in an alternate world, Damon totally knew, and
Oh, yeah.
not the case.
and
but
had
I
very horrible experiences in this room. Anyway,
yes, but I botched my.
she
roll.
waves it off. She waves off your statement. I don't care about this place any more than I care about, well, you.
Okay. Then yes,
So-
let's talk.
What is it you want?
What is it I want? I want to be free. Thank you much.
You are still trapped here, or at least part of you.
I am trapped, sharing this body with these abominations.
Oof, that's got to be rough.
How did that come to be?
When this event took place, give me a persuasion roll.
Sure. Ooh, I rolled a 4 for a 9.
When this event took place, I awoke about 6 months ago, and I was in that tower, grappling for control of my own body with those hags. I've spent this time building what connection I can to assert my control, but they still take it at times. I need you to find the cause behind this, or failing that, to kill my other parts and free me from them.
Well, we
Yes.
can. Please, Aberyonn, go.
Are you certain that killing them would not also kill you? You seem to be attached for some reason.
Well, it didn't hurt me when you hurt them, so I think that is a safe guess.
But another question I have then would be, if you are able to wrest control from them, is it possible for them to wrest giving control? Perhaps they could force you into combats that you do not want.
Well, they haven't been able to do so yet, or else they would have forced me to attack you back in the tower, don't you think?
Indeed.
Suppose that is fair, but their lives were not in danger at that moment.
Yeah, I think what Aberyonn means is the theory. And I'm actually still looking at the toad. Can I pet this?
Yes.
I just gently pet it between its eyes and just give it just the lightest little scratch, and I'm just going to continue talking at that point.
It croaks
but-
at you.
The theory I think Aberyonn is bringing up is if they were near death, the concern would be is they would bring you to the forefront.
Well, they could
And then they could
try.
rest and heal. Especially if both of them were working together. Currently, you are all at odds, each of you balancing each other out. But if they were to work
Balancing,
together...
there
in
is
tandem-
one of me and two of them. But,
Right.
to answer your question, we do not take damage when the others do, but we also do not heal when the others do.
Interesting.
When you are not in control of your form, are you able to heal outside of it?
No.
So you must be in control in order to heal. Okay.
So
Then we can try.
Actually, that might bring up a few ways to deal with your particular situation. If you're not healing, then that probably means your body is metabolizing, you're not needing to eat, you're not needing to sleep, etc., right?
Yes.
So that would also stand to reason, and I look at her cauldron and just kind of around, and I'm still petting the toad. It would also stand to reason then that if you were to make some sort of concoction, or we were to find some sort of concoction that then put them to sleep, that if you then rested control, which might be easier to rest control at that point, they would remain asleep. So we may be able to, instead of completely killing them, make them go dormant until we can find a more permanent.
While our bodies do not heal, our minds are active. I suspect if it affects the mind, it would pass. And if it did not, our magics might be able to remove the effect.
I believe we're jumping to the more bloodthirsty direction. Can you give us some information about what exactly happened when this transformation took place? Maybe there's something we can glimpse into to find a lead on how to reverse this effect.
I do not know the cause. I know that I, at the time, had just felt my familiar pass, and I came to investigate. There was this halfling here who had shot my familiar.
Aww.
But before I could take my action, this event took place, and I found myself sharing a body with them. I've been studying this as best I can, and while I have not found the cause, I have found a way to locate these anomalies. And she gestures to the cauldron beneath her, which begins to glow. This is a crystal that I have created. It glows when it detects a nearby anomaly, which, of course, all of you are, and I am myself. Unfortunately, that means it is not much use for me or you right now, because it will constantly glow. But if we had some way of expanding its reach, something that could cover the land, we might be able to detect anomalies from afar.
Damon turns to Levi and he says,
Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
A divining rod?
Perhaps this crystal in conjunction with our map.
Oh, could lead us to finding...
On a world scale, anomalies.
Exactly, things that are wildly out of place or causing damage.
Yes.
So essentially making a dowsing rod in conjunction with the map, that's very good, yes.
We could correct these anomalies.
Oh, I wasn't thinking that. That's a great idea.
What then would happen if we corrected these anomalies? Would things return to the way they were, or what?
I do not think that you can correct the anomalies, but by finding these, you might find the cause for this. You might find the one or ones who caused it to happen.
That would be useful information.
Undo their work.
So generally, normally collecting and correcting on a interplanar scale doesn't seem to be the worst idea. Bring our code back to the tower.
My dear lady, are you still at the tower?
No, I am at the village on the other end of the island.
Okay. Is there an easy way for you to communicate with us? Can we take your toad? Would that help?
Well, of course you can take my toad if you so desire, but... And she smiles at Aberyonn. I always have eyes.
Okay. Would it help, though? I mean...
and he looks around the room to the other two.
I think we're in agreement that you're a victim of circumstance like we are. It certainly stands to reason that if you're willing to help or work with us, we are happy to do the same.
Yeah, and I feel bad about hitting you.
Yes, to be honest, we also kind of got a little shell-shocked when we appeared in that place. So sorry for the animosity. Everything else was sort of trying to kill us.
Think nothing of it. I have been able to keep control since that time, so this has been a welcome respite from being trapped in that metal prison.
Yeah.
Perhaps maybe the damage that we did to your counterparts may have a little bit of a hand in that, though who knows how long that will last.
Speaking of the damage to your counterparts, as you said, you do not heal unless you are in control. Does that mean that they are still as wounded as they were when we fought them?
It does.
So then, if we could make our way back to the tower, we could potentially kill them as soon as we are able to return, if you were to meet us there.
As I recall, you were not doing a spectacular job surviving in that encounter.
I mean, 3 against us was, and not for nothing, but it was a bit of a duck and run tactic. It was not the cleanest fight, but
Which
So
will
you're
not
suggesting-
change.
We strengthen ourselves before we confront the witches.
Or
Also-
find another solution.
Yeah, and obviously this is afflicting you most, and at this point I am like turning and facing the cauldron. This is afflicting you the most, so if you don't mind, I would prefer to try and find a way to. I don't know if destroying them might weaken you. The effects are unknown at this point, and so I would rather, in order to preserve you and your health, both in body and mind, just try and find a way to make them dormant in case they're necessary.
Of course, I can last a while longer.
then I suppose the move would be to integrate that crystal, track down anomalies, and snuff them out, and perhaps one of those will shake loose your condition.
Perhaps it is as good a
Gain
plan as
information.
any.
Excellent. Thank you for your help.
Yes.
Do you have a name? I know that you're commonly referred to as the witch here at Greg-Boshun, the greatest named city in the world, but it's a bit, I don't know, potentially rude. I don't know. Do you like being called the witch?
It is my title. My name is Bryn.
Bryn, very well.
Is there anything you'd like us to bring, Bryn?
Bring?
This is your home.
Oh, no, I don't care about this. This is not my real home.
Oh, is there anything here that would be of value to our services besides the crystal?
No. I would suggest leaving that amulet, however. The, one you brought here, it will allow one of my unsavory sisters to view you, so I would, advise against taking it.
Noted.
All right. Do you mind if we take some books? Would that be terribly rude?
You can. They're blank, but you can.
I actually do laugh, and I say, well, then no.
This place is literally for show.
It's a dummy tower, isn't it?
Yes.
And yours is the one out in the outskirts of Greg-Boshun, greatest named city in the world.
No. I live somewhere far different. I do not like towers.
All right, very well. Well, Bryn, we'll see to this task. Thank you for the crystal.
Of course. We will speak again soon, I'm sure.
Sure. Do you want us to take the toad? Should we leave the toad? What do you... I mean, I kind of wasn't certain how we ended that.
You can take the toad.
All right, very well.
Just holding it and petting it.
My
Give a thumbs up
strength
to-
is fading. I will speak to you again soon.
Very well.
Oh, one thing. The people unaffected, they will not notice these anomalies. Their minds rewrite the strange events to fit their world. So when you see people notice you, you must act, you must pay attention, because those are the people like us.
Good to know. Thank you,
And
Bryn.
with that, the smoke disperses.
All right, Sir Hoppums.
Damon will go to the cauldron and retrieve the crystal.
The crystal itself, it is a green stone, roughly shaped like a D20.
Amazing.
About that size?
No, so it fits in your hand. It's like the
Okay.
size of your hand.
Okay.
Geometry of it.
Got the triangular shapings and like 20 different side. Amazing. Okay.
Levi, what do you make of it?
And I'll hand it over to him.
I look it over and just see if it is just resident of my world's magics.
No,
So just
not at all.
I
No,
heard you, but
I'm telling
no.
you, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But I wanted to roll the dice. I like the clicky clap.
Okay.
So
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Generally speaking, I will
Like
just
math
give you
box.
the information if there's no chance you have it.
yeah, I getcha. I'm like
Or if it's
Nothing
so
like-
obvious. Yeah.
nothing like what I'm used to. Probably closer to the magics in your worlds, or maybe somewhere else. Either way, we luckily have a whole library, and I'll hand it back to you.
Very well. Okay. You got the toad?
Yeah. Yeah. So let's get out of here.
All right. Let's boogie.
You make your way out of the tower. As you leave the tower, you see a figure, an elf, in fine clothing. Damon, you can give me a history check.
Whoa.
It's one of them trade princes. Oh boy.
I rolled an
His
18
livery-
for a 24.
Yes.
Oh.
His sigil marks him as in service to the alchemist. As you exit the tower, he approaches you and hands you an invitation. Sirs, Damon, Levi, and Aberyonn, my lord Dirk the alchemist does request your presence at his house immediately for an event, a dinner party, if you will. Would you be so kind as to come with me?
Is this an immediate summons?
It is.
And if we were to say no?
He looks a little concerned. Well, that is of course your prerogative. However, I'm sure you would not wish to slight one of the remaining rulers of this fair city.
Of course not. You do understand, though, and quite fortuitous, I would say, that you have found us at this very point. We are currently under a task for the witch.
And I'll say that as grimly as I can.
He looks a little confused. Sir, the witch has not been seen here for quite some time. Have you had contact with her? That is of great importance. That must be why he sent me here to gather you.
I'm sorry, my dear elf. What is your name?
My name is Tarathiel Yesbanice.
Well, Tarathiel, to clarify, to say that the witch was never here would be a grave assumption, don't you think?
And I'll try and roll deception on him, as if to allude that he has been incorrect this whole time, and the witch merely made sure that she was not seen.
You are attempting to convince her that the entire town has been incorrect on this, and that she's missed all of the public appearances and everything.
Yeah. Well,
okay, you can roll with deception, with disadvantage.
I mean, the idea is that the witch is powerful enough that all this was done with purpose.
Yeah, that's why you're getting a roll.
God, you said with disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, fuck me. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh, God, bad.
Well, that didn't matter anyway.
Right, so I rolled
3 and a 4.
And a 4. 4 or 7.
He looks conspiratorially to you. Sir, if it is imperative that the witch remain unseen, believe me, I understand, and have no desire to bring any of her actions to light.
Very well. Give us a moment, will you?
And I'll do a little shoo-shoo, like take a couple steps back while I turn to my friends.
He does.
I wave at him.
He leaves you with the invitation, of course.
Well,
the envelope.
Yeah. And I'll turn to them.
Gentlemen, it seems that we've gained the attention of one of the other currently residing princes.
My name. He knew your name too, Levi. This man has powerful connections.
Well,
it is not a good thing to make him an enemy.
I agree. It would stand to reason that it would make sense for us to investigate this at least a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
We should go and see what he knows. It is possible he can help us, and if not, it is important that he does not know about the ability to teleport to other realms. If he is aware of our names, who knows what else he overheard.
Indeed. Very well. I believe we know our next plan of action. We have a dinner party to attend.
I pet the toad and I say, what a delightful world.
Okay, so you turn back to the man and...
Yes. My dear friend, we will accept the alchemist's gracious invitation. Thank you, Dorathiel. Lead the way.
Thank you. Of course, sir. If you would kindly open that envelope as we walk, you can fill out your announcement cards with your given name, the name that you prefer to be announced with, and any titles you might have. And then he leads the way.
As we're walking, I will just say,
Dorathiel, how did you get our names anyway?
Oh, my lord gave them to me.
You have any idea how he got them?
I assume from your entry papers to the city?
Ah, yes, of course. The paperwork. How could I have forgotten?
And I will give the side eye to them.
Of course, all the paperwork gets passed to the princes for review.
Of course.
Fair enough. And I will open the envelope.
Okay, you open the envelope. There are 3 cards inside. Each of them has a space where you can write what name, title you would like to be announced with.
Names, titles. Gentlemen, what would you prefer?
Let me see that just very quickly.
Let me just put Aberyonn. That is enough for me.
And I pass a card to Levi.
All right, very well.
I'm just scrutinizing it, like I'm looking at it, like just very carefully. I'm trying to feel for any raised surfaces. You know what? I'm gonna roll a deception just very quickly because I'm probably trying to seem like I'm very cool about everything, but. All right. I don't know anyone's passive whatever is, but I am deeply like I'm not seeming entirely, but I do seem a little bit on edge in general. as they keep referring to this. Like every time they say the word alchemist, I kind of get a little bit more like, So yeah, I'm just going to try and feel for raised edges. I'm trying to feel for anything on the card. I'm essentially making sure that I'm not signing any weird hidden ink contract.
Nope, you find nothing. It feels like a normal piece of paper. There is, in fact, no writing on it whatsoever. It is just those lines, blank lines.
All right, Aberyonn, I'll write your name for you.
And I give him a second card.
Okay, so we've got Aberyonn, we've got
I just put Levi on there, yeah.
Aberyonn, Levi, and...
I suppose I have to be...
Concerned about the clicky-clacky typing of Georgie writing in her invitation names and everything. Like, how is this going to bite us in the ass?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Oh, God.
Let's see.
You got to give him the full title. You got to give him the whole, like, Damon Lucius Alabaster.
Yeah,
His name.
It's sort of his...
King of the Andals and the First Men.
It's definitely...
Demon Alabaster
definitely
Lucius.
it's definitely his fatal flaw is his pride in his own
greatness. So I do write, Damon Alabaster Lucius III, ailment breaker.
Okay, and you follow this elf. He leads you far to the north to another tower rising in the city. He brings you to the front door where you're greeted by a footman who takes your announcement cards. And you are ushered in to the main dining hall. Assume any actions, anything on the way?
No. Though I will
see how this leads.
though Damon will while walking saddle by Aberyonn and go pulling his sickle and dagger out from his belt.
Aberyonn, the offer still stands. If you wish to improve your armaments and have a couple more options available.
And extends the sickle and dagger.
Be able to make use of this as it is small and light. But this, and he points and gestures at the sickle, it is too big and clunky to be wielded effectively. And he retrieves the dagger from Damon.
Very well. Don't make me regret that.
Right. As you enter, you are led toward the main hall. And as you enter the hall, your names are announced. Announcing Aberyonn, Levi, and Damon Alabaster Lucius III, ailment breaker. And as that last one is said, there is a slight hush that crosses the masses gathered, as there are quite a few people present at this party, and many of them have heard the name Ailment Breaker before. There are looks of awe as you enter, some confusion of people who might have been expecting your grandfather, though he has been dead for quite some time.
Indeed.
And as you make your way into the party, you hear coming from behind you, announcing the Lady Lorelei, the Oracle, Merchant Prince of the city of Craig Boshun. And a stunningly beautiful woman sweeps into the hall, raven hair tied back in a tight bun. She seems to float above the ground, and though her eyes are a mess of scars, she stares pointedly at each of you, followed by announcing the Lord Barriskin Farringray, the monk, Merchant Prince of the city of Craig Boshun. A massively muscled man shoulders his way past the herald, a shaven head and bearded face. His outfit was obviously hastily acquired and threatens to burst with every motion. Announcing our host, the Lord Dirk Cresthill, the alchemist, Merchant Prince of the city of Craig Boshun. Enter a foppish young man with a devilish grin. Impeccably dressed in the height of fashion, he struts into the room as if surrounded by lackeys rather than multiple princes of the city. And finally, announcing the champion of the cleansing fire, harbinger of eternal war and lord of vengeance. And in he walks, the deity made flesh, ruler of this land, tyrant of good, Alamariel. Thank you so much for taking the time to enjoy our show. New episodes release every first and third Monday of the month, so come back November 2nd for the next chapter in our adventure. Meanwhile, a special Grab Bag Gaming is happening on our YouTube channel, so go subscribe at The RPG Blender. And if you're ready for a live experience, follow our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/RPGblender to join the adventure. And if you want to stay up to date on our releases, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at RPG Blender, or subscribe on your podcast app of choice. We also have a tip jar and Patreon if you'd like to contribute to improving this show. Links in the description. Music is The Punk Rock Show by My Free Mickey, copyright 2012, licensed under Creative Commons Attribution License. Thank you again, and remember, there's gaming outside the Forgotten Realms.
Damon's face rapidly turns white.
Oh, God.
Any composure definitely slipping through his cracks.
Oh, what is he doing here? Oh, I thought you said he wasn't here. Oh, why would you do this to us, George?
And I will.
And that is where we will end it.
Oh, shoot, okay. Yeah, that worked.
Oh, oh, my heart.